as I'm watching my tanks roll out in the sector, it was 1400, and at 1404, sort of glanced down at the watch just to kind of check everything. And I was feeling really good about us because this is our first day to be on our own in combat. And then boom, a massive explosion erupts about mile and a quarter out. And immediately I'm like, oh man, this is happening. I grab all my gear, helmet, my vest, my weapons, and I sprint down to my tank, and I'm running as fast as I can. I'm kind of like motioning to the tank. They haven't fired up the tank yet. They heard, but they don't know what that means. There's lots of things that explode. And so I'm like, let's go, let's go. And we get in there. I've got my interpreter with me, and we are racing down as fast as we can to get out there. And as we're going out of the west gate, another tank is coming in. And I'm like yelling at the tank, like, what are you doing coming in? And then I realize that's the tank that got hit. And Sergeant Ballant, who was the tank commander, is no longer in the hatch. He's now dead inside. And I'm sitting there sort of like, as at first I'm like, hey, move out of the way. And then I realize, and I'm like, oh, and then there's all this emotion floods your mind. And you sort of want to just like take a moment, like gather yourself, figure this out, but you can't, because you got to get outside the west gate. We're taking small arms fire, machine gun fire from the north Euphrates River. We start to lay down suppressive fire. I'm calling out target reference points, or TRPs. And then eventually we're saying, well, we can't just sit here. The enemy is withdrawn to the north. Let's go get them. So we chase in hot pursuit, and I jump off the tank. I'm starting to search house to house to house, and we find nothing. So after like 7 hours of sweat and searching, and a man dead, we got nothing to show for it. That was hard. And that night was kind of an emotionally draining time of you're kind of sitting there trying to figure out what you're going to say to the men. I'm writing a letter home to Sergeant Ballant's wife, Michaela, and daughter Sarah, and explaining them how I let their father and husband die. And then I mean, this is day one. Like,